WheelWOD Nation. We're gonna do some mobility prep for 17.5, which for the seated division is cleans to overhead and battle ropes. So we're gonna get those shoulders warmed up as well as those wrists. So I got Dion here, who's gonna help me demo some of the exercises. So we're gonna start with some T-spine extensions with pails and rails. So we're using functional range conditioning concepts to maximize our mobility through this workout. So PAIL stands for progressive angular isometric loading, and rails is regressive angular isometric loading. And the idea is to have that strength and control in the range of motion so that we can utilize that range through our workout. So Dion's going to set up in the squat rack here. You can do this in your chair if you'd like, or on a bench. He's going to have his hands behind his neck here. Okay, he's going to create tension in the body. So by creating tension, we're going to isolate that movement through the joints we're training versus compensating elsewhere in the body. Okay, so he's going to take a deep breath in, create tension, and then push those elbows down into the barbell. Okay, so he's engaging those lats. Okay, he's going to hold for 10 seconds. Okay, then maintaining tension in his shoulders so he doesn't chicken wing through his elbows. He's going to try and lift his elbows off of the barbell, moving through his thoracic spine, so that upper back here. Okay, he's going to hold for 10 seconds and relax and repeat 3 times. Okay, next thing he's going to do, you can do this again in this chair, or Dion's going to stand to do it. And we're gonna work that external rotation, which is going to be important to transition that barbell from the clean from the floor into that front rack position, and then ultimately overhead. Okay, so Dion's going to hold the dowel into his hand. He's going to come out to the side a bit more, so just move a little bit closer, and then, yeah. So his arms in that external rotated position. Okay, again, he's going to create tension in his body so he doesn't compensate elsewhere. He's going to ramp up his pressure to push his arm and the dowel into the squat rack, or you can use a wall, just don't put any holes in it. He's going to hold for 10 seconds. Okay, so he's engaging those internal rotators, those lats, subscap. Then he's going to maintain that tension in his shoulder as he tries to lift the dowel off of the squat rack. Okay, again, he's keeping tension in his trunk, okay, so that he's isolating that movement through here. This is a bit challenging for balance. So the alternative is to do it in your chair. All right, so he's gonna do 3 sets each side. Before moving on to some integrated movements. So the first one we're going to do is called a Dr. Jones hover. Okay, so hover means we're trying to hover in our end range of motion. Okay, so if something was restricting us, we'd be hovering off of it. So you can do this on the ground, seated, but we can also do it on our stomach. So what Dion's going to do is have his arms out straight. Okay, he's going to pull back as far as he can. Okay, under tension, he's going to rotate his shoulders up. Okay, now he's going to push his arms overhead like he had a barbell or a dowel in his hands. Okay, as far as he can, keeping that tension so he's not letting the arms come forward. And then he's going to reverse that direction. So he's going to pull the shoulder blades back to get those elbows down, rotate forward, and all the way forward. Okay, so you're going to do 3 to 5 reps of that and about 50% tension. Okay, next one is called a swimmer hover. So we're going to actually start behind our back. All right, so Dion's going to keep his shoulders back so he's not rolling forward. Okay, he's going to lift his hands off of the small of his back. Okay, keeping tension, he's going to straighten his arms, and he's going to rotate his shoulders so his palms are facing forward, come overhead, and then bend his elbows so he touches the back of his head. Okay, and then he's going to reverse that direction. Okay, so you can see that Dion's maintaining that tension. He's creating his own tension so that he gets more out of the range of motion through that end range versus just moving his arms through a range. Okay, so we're trying to increase that tension, increase that neurological control, and that mobility. If you want to check out our video on 17.2, we go over segmental cat-camel and pails and rails for spinal flexion, which is going to help you get that barbell from the floor up into that front rack position. Okay, so check that out on the YouTube channel. For the battle ropes, we want to make sure our wrists are warmed up so that we don't move so much through our shoulders, so that we can maintain that shoulder strength and endurance for the cleans and overhead movement. So we're going to start with wrist cars, so controlled articular rotations. Okay, so Dion's going to keep his palms facing forward. Okay, if he starts to rotate through his elbow, he'll notice that palm doesn't stay up. So he's going to go through a full range of motion, circular range, trying to get every little corner. So not rotating through. Good, so you can use your other hand for feedback there if you struggle with that rotation. He's going to do 3 reps in each direction at about 50% tension, so as if you're moving through water. Alright, next thing we're going to do, that grip strength required for the battle ropes, going to really tax our flexors, so we're going to stretch those out and at the same time increase our wrist mobility. So Dion's going to be in this kind of quadruped position. Okay, so he's stretching those forearm flexors. He's going to lean forward as much as he can. All right. Then he's going to open up his hands and his fingers as much as he can. So we really stretch out that palmar fascia, okay, which is going to tighten up as we grip those battle ropes. Okay, then he's going to do the pails and rails. So our pails portion, we're going to contract the muscle we're stretching. We're going to push our hand through the knuckles and our fingers into the ground as if we were pushing on a gas pedal. Okay, he's going to hold that for 10 seconds. Again, about 50% tension. Okay, then he's going to try and, staying over, he's going to try and lift his hands and his fingers off of the ground. Okay, so he's not going to get off the ground because we're at our passive range, but we want to engage that tissue on the back of the hand here. All right, so he's going to hold each for 10 seconds in each direction. And then if you want to check out 17.2 again, we go over controlled articular rotations for the shoulder, which will get that shoulder range of motion up. So good luck on 17.5, and we'll see you next year. Thanks.